I'm Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com. Today's topic is the giant mice that are destroying parts of Australia. So the question, Lynn, do you see crop shortages in Australia? And where do these giant mice come from, considering that Australia is an island continent? So basically, there are tons of mice that have just completely wreaked havoc all over parts of Australia, and it's becoming a real issue there. This person wants to know, where are they coming from and what's going on? So when I focus on this and this situation, absolutely there feels to be a crisis going on, especially in terms of crops and food supply. I really want to determine, what is the root of this problem? Where is this even coming from? And I see that mice have existed on this continent since it was inhabited. They come in ships, they come in goods. It's inevitable, especially with the sanitary conditions decades ago, that mice would eventually make their way there. Anywhere that is inhabited is going to have some element of rodents. Mice are also resilient during various weather conditions and have a high reproduction rate. So even a few mice can grow into large numbers in the right conditions. They are survivors and they're tough if they are allowed to breed. And I get that that's what's happened with this continent. So they've always been there. It's just the numbers haven't been what they are currently at right now. So I wanted to try to figure out what changed and what created that. And I get that even though Australia had mice, farmers were able to control them through traps and different poisons. There have been times when they've had major issues. I see a controlled burn in a field to kill the habitats and eliminate an easy food source. So maybe that was a way that it used to be treated decades ago, but that was a visual I had, whether it was symbolic or literal. I saw that they had a means to control it, and they really took action and didn't allow this to escalate. But this was also when technology isn't where it is today. So I wanted to better understand how all of these years have passed and now this issue has come back. And it looks like 10 to 15 years ago, some type of an activist group forced farmers to quit using a certain rodent poison due to the side effects or the harm being caused to natural killers of mice, like eagles, snakes, that kind of thing. And so when that happened, and the farmers were forced to use less effective means of control, it slowly allowed the mice population to grow in numbers. And this past year, the climate, in conjunction with the already substantial population of mice that were there, created a situation where they're able to overbreed, and basically they got to epidemic numbers. Since farmers are limited in the ways that they were able to control this, many are forced to watch their crops be destroyed or destroy them themselves to have, or the mice are going to take over. Even in these dire conditions, the government's getting pushback from activists. So it's almost like the farmers know what they need to do, but they're not being allowed to do it. I see that if Australia isn't allowed to mitigate this, they're going to be forced to get their food supply from other means in other countries, making them even more dependent on other regions. So if you live in Australia, stock up on food and supplies. You may even consider growing your own food, even if you just do a small garden in buckets. It's better than nothing, but try to be proactive now, because I definitely see food shortages coming your way, and the cost of foods is also going to increase because you're going to be getting them from exported means versus growing them within your country. The situation looks to take at least a year to resolve, so I fully see that there will be some major issues and discussions with that in the near future in this area. And that was really all I had for this reading. So please send a little love and light that way. They really do need help and to get this situation under control before it gets much worse. Again, I'm Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com. Thank you. Bye.